digitalization of the passport office, you can apply for your passport online from your home 24 hours a day.
We just heard Dr. Bawumia wakasa about her vision our Emma Ghana for any near mouth person or the tuja. I mean, my church or key points are Dr. Bawumia episode or the year. I mean, one of them that I just saw said it here or kind just at the end of Nay, one student, one laptop. Or see, I know you're for tertiary institution. For the first time, there will be coding in a part of senior high school for curriculum. Because of emerging AI knowledge. And I don't know. He's spoken about that. Obey VAT. Electricity. So, and you see, you can tell about me. Person use a way to say that I am not Nanado. Although you can still see the equity because Bawumia started, you know. Now a lot of Niama or canning we run it 24 hours. Digitalization 24 hours. Passport office ASA where you send this 24 hours. Yeah, wait 24 hours. Those ones you could tell is directed at Mahama. But it's not surprising. This is the style that has been the style between Bawumia and Mahama all the way from 2012, 2016, LPC 2020. It has always been on a way incompetent. And Mahama to me, and I say it has always been that. So I'm not surprised about the initial one. No? And he said, yeah, or as open Mahama Kutia say, yeah, 24 hours. So, but then the key things are a complete breakaway from President Kusi position, which is what the Bawumia can say electricity now, more the VAT. Bawumia say, on only vision you be for. That's a complete departure from the Nanado one. I think that Sanyama way Okai, for instance, he spoke about Minerals Bank. Minerals Development Bank, which is something different. It has never been mentioned under President Kufuor. Again, that is something that I feel that Bawumia Pessoa to show that he's different from Nanado. Because you said, over all these years, accusation back on NDC for Bawumia and so on and so on Nanado. When I vice president, when I chairman of economic management team, indeed, there are not mistakes be your mistake. But you can see it, all these things are Bawumia cannot. Of a sort, I am different. Perhaps Bawumia person dictionary say VAT no can offer and another a buying only 2 electricity no so his hand was not in it. Would it any can you papa say on only time a VAT on electricity will be removed by construction. Me how I deduce it is that Bawumia person say VAT no and another a buying there 2 electricity no cross on one Bawumia on the day. This is what Bawumia Crawford has been saying from beginning. Say, and you have the cost of MPP headed by Nanado Bawumia and only Yadi, but politically, no. Politically, when you say Bawumia cannot come out and say that new Abai Yadi. Because if you look at even Mahama, Atamel Sabai, a lot of the things that went on in Atamel Sabai, at that time, Mahama was vice president and head of economic management team. But Mahama was not aware. I can tell you for a fact. Busa Koko, will tell you for a fact that under Tamel's government, there were so many things Mahama didn't know. They did not make him party to it. And the politics now be and I say, but the truth of the matter is, President Otiakonya so why you vice president so I mean, the history of Ghana under Rawlings, we saw Anaka when we are but under Rawlings, there was a vice president called Nkensi Aka. He disagreed so vehemently with the President Rawlings at the time, to the extent about why not to tell Mahama vice presidential a position be. And I want to say Bawumia he came out openly to disagree with Rawlings at the time when everybody was scared of Rawlings. And what did he get? According to Anwar Aka, we don't know if it is true, but according to Aka, there were occasions when his disagreement with Rawlings even meant Yamahando ne kakra and kakra ABC a born as I was not in cabinet, but these are reports. Obia when you kakra bia or 40 and 40. On him said these are reports that we all heard at the time, yes, but we heard it. Say I can't say Rawlings and Botasum almost here so on his shoulder, ABC and Bono. So Bawumia by this is trying to say that Esnome and Esnome Nanado. Nanado may agree, but politics in Tino. Me to me, my bonte because of the kind of politically suicidal. I didn't see that. Now, even Mahama and Atamos could not openly disagree with him. A lot of the things here, journalists, funny, I didn't hear him say. The other person, even Kokumu team, no, we're fighting Mahama. But some of me, the Kokumu will come and say some things. If you, but on him said there was a big gap between the Mahama vice president and his team and Atamos and his team, to the extent that no more Mahama and Popo and so that is just to show you what Bawumia was trying to communicate. Then Bawumia said that jobs, national service, clearly again, that is one thing about Bawumia person on the say. So me and so in another or see national service optional says or no bar or no optional, which is that by force or national service. Say who university now be near Juma and by force or national service. And he says, according to his vision, this is how Multimedia attract employers. Now employers are because approach America and UK. School for the school there, job first, school. And the general for the workers. But according to Bawumia in the strategy, national service in company be bring person be fan because when himself be national service anyway. Again, this is something that he says that making national service optional is also to show you say Esnome and Esnon Anado. His team has really worked to the team normal game by him. Make the other part, no, but I think you see, Prof.kusi they are gonna yati diao. Prof.kusi very juicy policies. Any other so say see about Bawumia, you know, it is incumbent on Bawumia team say, persuasive. No man can't Ghana for not to Ghana for dream. We say yes, indeed, we are here to do the job. And we are here to persuade you, say we can do the job. Because Monday, they can send me Chelsea. I know, I said, I'm going to be a second time, and I know why he before us our problem. Say, so I'm baby, a incumbent case over America, Joe Biden, no whole channels are incumbent case, a be yellow. A bit FCMP before. So now, I was only double the way to convince Ghana voters or my baby because jobs be anywhere. And some of the things about me, I galamsey asemia. Oshe 2016 in 2020, galamsey was a key issue. Before lose most of the galamsey areas. Bawumia say, Omoba, Omodi galamsey Krabeka TVET, no, I'm certificate. Now, what they will do is abandon the mines, no mines now, Omotum go there now. Omo for say, abandon, no magic. Now, the Ama galamsey for no man regulated into TVET, quality skills now, and human certificate to come one. Now, they are no, Omodi abandoned mines, galamsey for now, my Juma. As a way to regulate them again. This is something that is completely opposite the Ekufuado Aka. Over the years, Ekufuado by any unka we be that. Again, Bawumia one person or the and also say, I am different from Ekufuado. That's what he wants to show. I am different from Ekufuado. That's one of the things that Bawumia wants to show. You can see any team, no. Some Mahama and that. Mahama didn't go for what Bawumia chisa, and I think that is why opposition strong is good. When an opposition is effective, they force you to think. And you can see a Juma about Yanko for you say they've been thinking. Mahama for now or more a run for their money. And this 2024 elections, it will be good, but it's also going to be based on ideas. This is a young voters refuse to listen to these things here on Moking. Because a lot of the things about Bawumia can people, I felt that he's talking about a lot of ordinary voters' heads. And money bro, so because digitalization, baby. I thought baby Orma, then he saw kind of baby because he access focus on the things that make you unique, which is the now national service there, okay, gold for a year, first gold for oil, no. And I've now come to understand it kind of a little bit more than usually now party communicators they were all not explaining it well because according to Bawumia, no, gold for oil as a way to stem city exchange rate, because it's an exchange rate. Bawumia had a background on NDC for facing. NDC would never stop talking about city exchange rate because on one Bawumia so the city exchange rate boy this so now because NDC lose 2016 and one of the things some NDC lose 2016 is city exchange rate. And the NDC no surprising. I know my NDC for so Bawumia manatete. The city has exposed you. And one of the things that Bawumia is saying is, in order to ensure, say, dollar no abroad, brain, for pressure, and to Ghana city exchange rate to Suntino. Send ye dollar beko crude oil no. Ye gold no mum ebeto. Now see almost starting to omo ya kakra no. So far gold or me anya 2.79, which is almost $3 billion. You are calling the IMF. And look at conditionalities IMF for the Mayan. Meanwhile, not says it can be a more at Wogan just because a conquer for bottom. Again, this is also to show you about Bawumia watches our being checked. Okay, no frata. Tieripa. Baby, I didn't cause Bawumia so say what being checked no frata. Because if you gold for crude oil, now we can be able to retain dollar. Nanka first one. Again, gold never go to dollar never tebeko. But because he retaining gold, we have been able to hold gold reserves. I'll say 26,000 tons, 26 tons on Bank of Ghana. What did the Akanen Subeka? Oh, total we have 2.79, which is almost 3 billion here. And this and he even emphasizes say, starting gold for oil than Ghana. Your gold reserve, your bewono, a chain on him, Queen Elizabeth. Now, no, ya wahayana before Queen Elizabeth, gold reserve, British gold reserve, the whole room, and your room for rooms, gold, and Ghana, your gold coast, here you go to betting cry. So I say, and no more building again. I make sure say, Bawumia Pasoches, I know I've been chill for that. He's different from Nanado. And to me, and that is something a homeworker. That I said, Bawumia homework back on no. He needs to prove to Ghana for say he's different from Akufo-Addo. And yes, sir, Akufo-Addo failure to fight corruption. Man, they say me catch him say, a ban of corruption, Kwandia, Akufo-Addo share them fighting. No, said the Ghana for your pete and go fight corruption. No, he hasn't fought it as much as we want him to fight corruption. What you are saying, Bawumia wants to show say by this about fighting, and he spoke about fighting corruption. My member video went to another. I'll come back again and come and talk about Sadia Noka.
We have digitalized the passport office with oversight from my office. With digitalization, the average turnaround for acquisition of passports has been significantly reduced. And today, because of digitalization of the passport office, you can apply for your passport online from your home 24 hours a day. The digitalization of the passport application process has resulted in a major increase in the number of passports processed annually, as well as the revenue yield to the passport office. In 2018, the total number of passports issued was 346,911, and the revenue generated in 2018 was 11.8 million. By 2023, following digitalization, the passport office issued 751,761 passports with revenue of 94 million Ghana cedis.
Well, again, one of the places I make sure say Bawumia Kutiana no pay Mahama to show you say 24 hours no. And Mahama and a day, but Mahama doesn't hold a friend saying copyright over 24-hour economy. This is what Bawumia is claiming. He is making these claims. But you have a right to deduce, you have a right to make determination for yourself. What I say, that's the beauty of it. Someone can make a decision for yourself. Let's go to the other side that Bawumia speak about. In fact, education and now one student, he is trying to again show that he's different from Nanado. So Nanado have free SHS there. Oh no. Obey one laptop, one student for tertiary education. Poly universities. This is his vision for them. And then he speaks about saying coding, cost of data. Say data cry, internet better so, and that is his vision is that better so. Then in the education system, he speaks about robotics, which is one thing that I know they are slightly similar to the Akufo-Addo because Akufo-Addo mini say Educhum is already doing STEM. If you look at some of the STEM schools, what building even that man, I think he doesn't even talk much about our STEM projects now. But the STEM schools, Mahama e-blocks now. What's And some of them are even slightly bigger because of the IT no incorporating into it. Again, like I'm saying, you have a right to deduce for yourself. But if we be a Mahama a friend saying Bawumia, obi anyone all force you be at your choice. What I tell me, my bigger quiz was so NDC ni, Abeku Santana was so NDC ni, and a friend say as a moja or Bawumia, nobody should go and attack anybody. A choice. While be attacking any radio presenter, any celebrity, a stone boy, a Samini say or Costande, and I know Sabi Wuni Paco, Sabi or Sabi Blooming out, but you're crossing it. Because a choice, say, a choice. Nipacono a celebrity boko kromoti. Uba America say, girl be one more bonny, your friend Taylor Swift. And for 40 endorsement for Joe Biden, it's a big deal in America. Obiakasa because omo di any more democracy ni omo celebrate for ni na omo conform pomo. A lot of the black rappers in bebre Republic Democrat for now no 50 Cent or criticizing New York mayor adaya New York mayor need the sika omo dey good credit card so they ma immigrant say and obeto Obama Biden obianko did in atem Ghana kwa na abe say asamoja na kwa Bawumia program ye ko did in atem nkrasesem we should elevate ourselves from there a choice. A choice. Say the war to idea or jump. War to idea also show bottom out to me to Abano. San, I mean, I remember Beku Santana to on the Mahama boy. Or NDC, any choice. Bigger quest saw NDC, any choice. Mr. Beautiful saw NDC, any choice. Obisu saw MPP, any choice. Also, on your MPP, we're floating voter, and you also saw a bloody choice. Yeah, go back to the issue because issues when they are affecting me, no, me, and your bottom. We are focusing more on Sika Edibeko Fie. Bawumia Canada back could be said pension or more year for small scale miners. Galamsey for no so more by pension. Again, this is one thing. Because galamsey was a major issue in 2016 and 2020 elections. So Bawumia again is trying to use this to show say menya nanado. Menya nanado, me a different from nanado. Say nanado and to me a fight galamsey, I made them fight it. And this is what I will do. May a friend saying a pension scheme for them. Listen to what he says in this one. Listen.
Duties will be at a flat rate per container, 20 foot or 40 foot, and that is what we are going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now move to dealing with corruption. I entered politics to serve the nation. My passion is solving problems. My passion is helping the poor, the vulnerable, and the disadvantaged in society. Accumulation of wealth is not and has never been a passion or an ambition. This is why throughout my public life, I have pursued policies, especially through digitalization, to check corruption in places like the ports, the DVLA, the NHIS, the Passport Office, and the Controller and Accountant General Department. So I have a solid track record in fighting corruption, and I have earned a reputation for doing so. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most potent weapons against corruption is transparency. Many corrupt activities are cash-based. Apart from the obvious economic benefits of moving in the direction of a cashless society, the literature does indicate that the more electronic payments are used in transactions as opposed to cash, the more there is traceability and therefore the less the corruption. I would like to bring Ghana close to a cashless economy in the shortest possible time. So far, the Bank of Ghana has made a lot of progress in this direction by putting in place a lot of the systems and infrastructure required. These include mobile money interoperability, merchant interoperability, the universal QR code system, GH-Link, debit cards, eSwitch, and Ghana Pay. We have put in place the necessary infrastructure for Ghana to go cashless. Recently, the Bank of Ghana has completed a pilot of a digital version of the Ghana cedi in Seshwiwioso. This is known as the Central Bank Digital Currency, or the e-cedi. The e-cedi is designed to work online and offline and will be launched by the Bank of Ghana in due course.
Well, indeed, again, Bawumia on corruption. But the thing that again you can hear say Bawumia person or this sisu dia. Now what say or you're different from President Kufuor Again, I think that one of the reasons why Bawumia is fighting so hard to distinguish himself from Nanado or to differentiate himself from Nanado is because Obien himself Nanado in the last few years, fighting corruption has been a problem for Nanado. And I have said, I heard Nanado failing. Free SHS, I think he has delivered very well. But in fighting corruption, anyone know Nanado Asemo Okache in his inauguration, 7 January 2017, said he will protect the public person, Nanado and Tumianye. But Bawumia wants to prove, say, me a different from Nanado. One of the things, and this is a suggestion, who will tell me former producer we suggested this on air. Many issues were Adam saying. Flat rate for duties, and this is what Bawumia picking on. Flat rate for duty. What the 40-footer container about flat rate 5,000, and one no. It's incumbent on you, the audition. A 40-footer container 5,000, 20-footer container be a 2,000. That's it. And this is what Bawumia is trying to or suggesting. And again, this is something that I think Bawumia is saying. He's pushing so hard to show you, say, we are different from Nanado. Sadia, when Nanado 8 years, on first our suggestion will be mine. And if I am passing Bawumia, catch by now, say committee. So clearly, Bawumia is trying to use all these things that make him different from Nanado to show Ghana for Amoto Abase. We are different from Nanado. It is a mobe susumia. Mobe measure me with Mahama, measure me with somebody else. Don't visit the sins of Nanado on me. So Nanado to me fighting corruption, not me. That is all Bawumia is trying to say. But you coded. What I want you coded. Now Bawumia beso channel. On top of my duties, like a flat rate. Number 2, he talks about fighting corruption. Say one of the things about corruption, because you're digitizing yema. So who sika na who tua manipa and who tua no digital system and no encourage corruption. Again, you say MPP for Bawumia has been very loud about first digitization. Digitization slow down the digitization. I have sat here from Monday in Amakacham to digitization. President Kufuor na shasi yo. Now me say don't catch us and this in a shasi. No, President Kufuor na shasi with the fiber optic near no yeah. But NDC took it a huge level. NDC no mama yehu digitization kasa. But we can never also refuse to give credit to MPP. Look, OBN said in this last 8 years, digitization also they've also taken it to a notch further. The biggest first killers of this digitization. Civil servants now. Public Accounts Committee did this kind of action. So I would have even first a National Sports Authority for the year by Sika cheer for stadium. Munko Chengu accounts was Manko Chengu another accounts. These are the people I am voters and I didn't come also. And so almost no more ways and means cassia. Almost no more ways and means cassia. Yeah, the baby. And that's what Bawumia is saying digitization. But you see, Bawumia also team no be your homework here. Ombe say some digitization and killing corruption will happen. Digitization, it has not reduced corruption. Maybe it has reduced corruption to some extent or harbor. What I say, but it has not killed corruption. But for still higher deals ever harbor. Omugusu ye major deals ever harbor. And they are not saying about me team homework, but I just wanted to emphasize the fact that Bawumia saw this anyama when you have done a homework or you're different from an Nanado. And in Nanado, I know the bonnet aye. Nothing Nanado, Kwayaman Nanado find the body in coffee, me and from the show no Bawumia. That's what he's saying. One of the things, apart from flat rates now, all can was no. Again, corruption answer now Bawumia de money. I don't think that he expanded it. Ghana 4% what say Oba. Wow, when I remember Bawumia very well say, for bar for 2017-2018, Bawumia can say, almost person corruption crack a criminal offense. Criminal offense. I don't Bawumia can want him. I expected his team to talk about it. So over fighting corruption, Mahama talking about reducing ministers to save Ghana money. He's talking about canceling ex gratia. or see any amendment or certain portions of the constitution. But Bawumia now make us a cancel a year first as gracia. It is the key things are still about Bawumia. He may need to come again. He may need to come again. But me, I like the things that he is trying to do to show say, oh, you're different from Nanado. Some of the things is that a year first a mineral development bank now can want him. TVET no pension for a year first a galamsey for TVET training or the galamsey for abandoned mines, you know, galamsey for so that they can be regulated. Cost of living, Obianim say Ghana big issue. What's not room taxi mobia Uber mobia bon komoye. I don't check Ghana. And Bawumia mentions the cost of living. No, say they cost of living, not cost lorry first near the. So what he is trying to propose, say Oba electric cars. But you see, a lot of people are way against Bawumia person who dismiss it. Oh, the electric cars. And you need electric cars. No, Abrocheni idea Germany. My hybrid. More hybrid Germany. One more hybrid cars. Car no ban stop. Traffic lights is all red. Now to conserve energy. Other than your old cars, no. Would the traffic mukra chill force German or more approaching baby or more hybrid cars. But what Bawumia is saying electric cars. I like that idea. Intimate Sam Ghana for no and yama baby aba muma yan Mahama kasa tie Bawumia kasa tie Kofi Kranti kasa tie Odike kasa tie Alan kasa tie mufani nyina to say nobody should dismiss anybody say oh and tasumu enye feasible electric cars no we abroach na dey enye feasible. And then I just say all we need to do is designate charging areas. Even since electric cars cry solar. And I think that I say any omuke say Bawumia cry we need not say Mahama back. He should be able to pick this idea and go and talk to a bit to say Elon Musk for electric cars solar powered. Not running them, you know, pick solar no. Said about solar they be charging cars because yet here not just like petrol sika seno petrol bill number form. And he was saying so this is one method or Jiri say you bet me they take a first cost of living. So because you learning from Accra to Sabulugu, from Seji, that so any asanke go all the way to Swedro. What I say? Ghana electricity first a petrol boy ya dey kuye papa. I mean to so be so the electric cars beba. Even NDC, me say NDC we need they must adopt this. They must adopt this. This is a good concept. Said Niama Bono. But this is again one of the things that Bawumia said, sir. Ojiri so media or the baban. I've spoken about some Bawumia say one student, one laptop. Or say cost of data, Obama data number form. Or say job creation, creative jobs. Internet penetration already. Or see internet penetration. Wow, share baby, I'll share your internet to board for man. Bawumia say on only time no Obama internet to board form. So that even the internet penetration every 32%, I got 74%. I know the other person about me. I bet you fast baby, because if you are seeing the internet, social media crash will show you how internet proliferation has gone up, and I don't think that is really by maybe a government kind of thing. But it could, I stand to be corrected. But I mean, me and say any third world country, you need government to build the infrastructure. Into perhaps I had the fiber optic no foundation internet penetration of from 32% to 74% about me. I say they have worked. What I say they have worked. Let me know what you think about Bawumia. They do believe in his vision.
PRIZM Multimedia. When you go so share, now me say akwenya no ho de ma say wo be subscribe ye the video to ma where the first person I won sabet me aso ye video mu na wo so a wo ye oman ba pa no wetumi ehunu ne ekoso e wo oman mu like adwentre bi so ho na opese wuja fato comment section ne mu edi ba ko pe na fa frame make meje wo so me si ha da mu nyina mwase mammonity a ye je me enyado.